In the previous publication, we have told you about the police officers in Kherson who initiated criminal proceedings under any guise. In such a way, they violated constitutional rights of citizens. Moreover, they brought pressure to bear on witnesses, inducing them to testify in such a way as they need. However, first things first, a lot of night searches were carried out. During these searches, a lot of rules of current legislation were violated. It seems that investigation actions were completed, goals were achieved, but police isn't satisfied with this and continues to put the chill on employees of the businessman. It is always written in the end of films, to be continued. So, in our case, it was a bleak situation as well. On the 14th of November, such investigation acts as questioning of witnesses were carried out in an investigation office of police headquarters of Kherson district. These witnesses were businessmen in place. Testimonies given by staff were contrary to criminal proceeding that was initiated. So, during the questioning, investigator Alena Veritelnikova called to Desятник, who is the acting of anti-human trafficking unit. He attended interrogation and provided psychological impact on witnesses even by his presence. However, they didn't change their testimonies. Then, these enemies of our state waited for businessmen's employees who have already been questioned near the National Police Department of Kherson district. These para-police forces, screaming "prostitute, come here," grabbed employees' hands and tried to abduct witnesses. A staff member of the businessman, police officer, tried to grab me and asked to come with him. He said if I didn't go with him, he would draw up a report as if I am a prostitute and have a file on me. Also, this month he came to the building where the businessman carries on his business. He threatened and tried to enter illegally. He walked around with somebody else about an hour. I think it is done to get from my clients, who are witnesses in this case, such testimonies which law enforcement need. So, how the situation will be explained by criminal shapeshifters? What facts? These are only your words. Ask Desятникov about this. How can I be responsible for these acts? I can't comment because I haven't such information. There is nothing to talk about. I don't see any applications about this point. Look in police records. These applications are pointed in police records. What does it mean? If police put in labels and compelling to testify as they need, can say that any activity is criminal. And what can say a human rights activist about this point? Such conduct of police officers contradicts the rules of current legislation, in addition to the fact that there aren't precedents of the pressure on witnesses in European practice. Moreover, the investigator of Investigation Office of National Police of Kherson District, Alena Khmet, withheld employees' passports during the search illegally. For the first time I hear about the situation that passports were withheld, passports that were returned during the questioning. The passports were checked. If they are valid or not, they weren't withheld for 2 or 3 days. They were illegally withheld during the search. We could communicate with National Police Chief of Kherson District. So, how he can explain these subordinates' actions? I am not an investigator to answer your questions. Do you understand? Unfortunately, there aren't reliable legal instruments that can protect citizens' rights. We hope that necessary laws will be enacted soon. And we will move toward European community with quickly steps. According to this opinion, there will not be police misconduct and corruption in our country anymore if these laws are enacted. About which chaos do you say? And how should we act now? How situation will be when an employee and the businessman will not be able to withstand onslaught and everyone will be blamed in abusive practices? And how should we act now? How situation will be when an employee and the businessman will not be able to withstand the onslaught and everyone will be blamed in abusive practices? Whereas above-mentioned persons, and to be more precise, the enemies of the state, will destroy Ukrainian business. When it will be made inquiries, then we will communicate with you. If you have answers to these questions, then write or call us.